Hey y'all. Hey. Happy Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Leave a 1 in the comment section if you're having tacos tonight. I am not. But leave a comment down below if you are. Hello. Hey y'all. How are you guys doing on this fine Tuesday evening here on the West Coast? Definitely Tuesday night on the East Coast. Hope you guys are well. And if not, take this moment, this next hour to be well, okay? I'm your host, Melissa Berrien of Real Talk with Melissa Berrien. And let me tell you, y'all, I have some breaking news, some updates and everything. And I cannot wait to get you guys' opinions on this Carri Richardson deal and the Kanye West stuff. Like, I want to know what it is that you guys think, because everybody has an opinion about this. And I really want to know what you guys think of it. So anyway, we're just going to jump right into it as we normally do. But first and foremost, I want to say hey to my mod extraordinaire, Just Me. Hello, soul sister. I see you coming in. Listen, I see you coming in with the little dancing emoji. Let me tell you, I be back here dancing. I love that intro. I don't even remember where I got that song from. Probably one of the different services where I get music from, but I'm telling you, that music really gets me going, and I'll be like, oh, okay, ready to go. So anyway, without further ado, hey, Miss Ruby, hey, Velma, all of you guys, and shout out to those of you that are going to be catching me for the replay gang. Y'all already know. Let's keep the conversation going down below. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. If you're new and you're like, I'm not going to leave a comment because she's not going to answer. Not true. I will answer you. So doggone it, leave a comment down below. Thank you, Black's Tropical. She's like, it's super cute. Y'all make sure y'all go check my girl out. She has great content if you want to learn anything about homesteading, growing. But not only that, she's just a good person. Like, just chill, no drama over there. Okay. So that's it. That's all. Let's jump right into it. I was going to save the Nick Cannon news for a little bit later, but I was like, as I was preparing, like literally about to go live, more breaking news about Mr. Nick Cannon hit. So I was like, but this is good news. The other stuff is kind of sad, but let's start with Mr. Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon has announced that his famed show, Wild 'N Out, will now become a sports bar restaurant type deal. Leave a thumbs up in the comment section if you think that that's a good hit. For me, I think it's a good idea. I like Wild 'N Out. I don't like everybody's jokes on there. Like, everybody that comes on there isn't funny, but Wild 'N Out is hilarious to me. And so what a great concept to turn this into now a sports bar. I think people will come because a lot of people, I mean, when you look in the audience of Wild 'N Out, like, it's packed. There's a lot of people there. So Nick has announced that the Wild 'N Out sports bar is now going to be a thing. And not only is it going to be a thing just for sports and food, it's going to have games. And you'll be able to audition for Wild 'N Out. How cool is that? Like, live auditions. And so shouts out to Nick Cannon to being forward, and I think it's ingenious, the fact that he's turning this television show into a project. So it says his hit TV show has come to San Diego in a bar form. So it's going to be in San Diego. Yes. So that's interesting. It'd be 5 hours away from me. So that's really, I'm going. According to Nick, the venue will also host live performances, Wild 'N Out girls, auditions, and comedy shows. That's going to be a hit. So guests can keep the party going after dinner when the venue transforms into the ultimate nightlife destination. Guests looking to party can pop their favorite bottles, complete. So it's giving me sports bar, it's giving me nightclub, and then nightclub in the evening. So if you're wondering, let me share my screen so you guys can figure out. So you guys can go look on your own. Here is the Instagram for the bar. So that way you guys can go like, and where is it? Do you want to go there? Yeah. You can like it, and then you'll be able to go onto Instagram and like it. So anyway, this is the Instagram for it. It's called WNO Sports Bar. It's probably have way more by now, but it already has 643 likes. As you can see, let me see, make sure it's sharing. There you go. So yeah, this is the Instagram. Looks like it's going to have drinks, video games, and the likes. I'm super excited for Mr. Nick Cannon and this new adventure. I think it's something different. It's something that will give the people of California something to do other than cut up the way they've been doing. Okay. Let me see what you guys are talking about in the chat. Hey, Sunshine, Real Talk with Melissa. Hey, Jenny Moore. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Black's Tropical is like, yes, leveling up. Absolutely. I think listen, I'm here for it. Anytime. And look, Nick is one. I'm not in his pockets, and he's probably not hurting for money. But with the amount of kids that he has, this business adventure is one that I'm really, really happy that he is deciding to do. So if you're just tuning in, we're at our first story where we're talking about Nick Cannon, and he is now turning his Wild and Out television show into a sports bar in San Diego. Okay, so I just gave the Instagram where you guys can go follow. Not now, wait. And you can follow and be abreast. So that way, when you're in California, or if you live in California or near California, that's somewhere else that you can go. Well, I may as well just do this Nick Cannon story now. Nick Cannon also has breaking news today because he wrote and released a song basically wishing he had Mariah Carey back. I mean, a lot of people are like, okay, that's out of the blue. But here's the thing for me. I secretly always wanted Nick and Mariah to get back together. As much as I didn't believe that it was real in the beginning, I kind of wanted them to be together. But once Nick started wilding out, no pun intended, and going and doing what I was like, no, that Mariah don't need that. She don't need that drama. And I think that she cares enough about herself to stay out of the drama. And so Nick Cannon released a single today. It is called, let me find it. Let me X out of that because I wasn't supposed to do this story right away. But anyway, it's called Alone. And let me share the screen with you guys. Alone has dropped. I must say, I'm not a fan of Nick's music. Okay. So for those of you that are fans of Nick and his music, I got to say that I'm not. So here's Nick and Mariah. I'm here for talk show Nick. I've already told you guys previously, I'm not really here for his music. And from what I heard with my own personal ears, Nick is struggle singing in this song. The lyrics are pretty telling. He's telling on himself. He's telling where he's at mentally. And basically, let me see. First, when you first listen to it, it samples Mariah Carey's Love Takes Time. And she's like in the background singing it. But he sampled it. It ain't got nothing to do with it. Unless she resung it. I don't know. Anyway, the Masked Singer host and sometimes musician, y'all are so shady, dropped a new song today, Monday, called Alone. It seems that Nick Cannon really misses his wife, Mariah Carey. So he says, here's some of the lyrics. He says, first off, I'm going to say I ain't got nothing but love for you. Nothing but love. I'm going to stay away. I ain't trying to F it up for you. I keep my distance, stay in my lane because I know you got a man. It's a little too late. So it sounds like regrets. Now, here's the thing. A little bit later, we're going to be talking about Lamar Odom. Speaking of regrets, hang in there, especially if you're a Big Brotherite, meaning if you watch Big Brother. So anyway, he also goes on to say it's a little too late. So Nick Cannon sounds like he knows he's out there. He goes on, he's talking about having women in his sheets and models and everybody having his baby. And you know what? The lyric kind of alludes to the fact that he doesn't know how babies happen. Newsflash, Nick, if you would not sleep with the models and everyone that's claiming you have their baby, you wouldn't have this problem, sir. So anyway, a press release for the single says it's meant to be an ode to the pop R&B icon that speaks to how Cannon feels about Mariah and their split. When tweeting the link to the song, he also wrote, "This is for anybody else who is #alone on Valentine's Day. I had to come raw from the heart on this one." And let me tell you, the way he was yelping a couple of those notes, it sounded like he was coming from the heart and raw and from the center of his uttermost belly. Okay. I'm not going to say he's the most melodic. I'm not going to say that he's the most in tune. However, you do, once you hear the lyrics, Nick is in his feelings on this one. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're like Team Nick and Mariah, or you like, don't even deal with him, Nick, Mariah. Don't even deal with him. Let me know if you're Team Nick and Mariah for sure. So anyway, make sure you guys go check out this single. Like I said, it's called Alone, and it dropped today. And what else did he say? As much as I want you back, it's probably better where you at, because I'm still running the streets. I'm still all in the sheets, having babies, models and singers and actresses. So I alluded to this, saying they pregnant by me. Croons and soon. So he's the father of 8. And that's, yeah. So again, while Always Be My Baby singer had no comment on to EW on the ode, she did post on Instagram with her son on that day, and it came out captioned My Valentine. So Mariah, in true Mariah fashion, she didn't say anything and she didn't comment on it. But Nick, again, 2 great stories from him. One makes you go, oh, and the other one you're like, okay, okay. So if you're just tuning in, y'all, the first story that I broke is that Nick Cannon will be opening up a Wild and Out sports bar. And you're going to have games and all that. And then we segued into the story, which we just led off. So welcome, y'all, if you're just tuning in, where Nick dropped a song. And like I said, it's not easy on the ears to me, but it's nice to know that Nick is at least being reflective in this moment, in this season of his life. Because right now, it just seems like Nick is just doing whatever. Yeah, he's right. Like them together, but he's doing too much. Girl, he's doing way too much. I think he's team too much right now. And so I'm like, Nick. Oh, and we're going to talk about Kim in Kanye, because I think he's way team too much right now. But I want to get you guys' opinion, because some people are like, oh, he's not serious. It's screaming all kind of red flags to me. Anyway, so that's the news on Nick Cannon. I can't wait to visit that bar, because the sports bar, because it just sounds like it's going to be a fun. But at the same time, as much as I'm hoping that him and Mariah get back together, I don't think it's going to happen. Don't nobody want that drama. I'll just say it that way. All those back-to-back babies, yes. While one's passing away, having another. And can you imagine? Because even when you look at how Nick was supporting the mother, and it was being reported that she was kind of in her feelings about, hey, we just buried our son, and then here you are coming out with another child. And there's probably going to be another one, low key. Like, it probably legit will be another one. Nick did say that this baby came out. The last one came she became pregnant before he did his vow of celibacy. So, okay, Nick, we watching you though, because you did say it's given too much. It's too much. Anyway, I'm going to shift gears a little bit, because like I said, I wanted to cover this really quickly. You do not want to miss this next news segment. You really don't. So I have been scrolling on TikTok. So anyway, I've been scrolling on TikTok, and of course I'm on all the ox and chats and all of that. I can't even say that. And I was scrolling, and I ran across this young lady. And nope, let me remove that. And before I get into that, and I show you what it is that she does related to this Ukraine-Russia conflict, I wanted to know, what are your guys' thought on this? Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, there's some people that are literally sitting, holding their breath, waiting, high key getting off on the thought of some sort of invasion. And some people are saying, well, you know what, the U.S. is kind of forming this idea, and it doesn't look like Russia is wanting to do that, but it's being pushed by the United States. Listen, it's all over the place, crazy. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about this whole invasion thing. Is this a wag the dog situation? It could potentially be very, very serious when you really, really think about it, because both these countries have nuclear powers, plus the other people with the nuclear power. Okay. But you don't have to take my word for it. I want you guys to check out this sister who I found on TikTok. And when I found her, I binge watched all her videos. And I was like, ma'am, where is she? Here it is. She can give us the update. And here's the thing. I reached out to her. I need to have her on my segment.
Okay, so boom. We was mad at Big T for being cool with Big Bang P, but Big Bang P just linked up with China. And if I'm not mistaken, Big Bang P is one of the richest men in the world, and everybody and their mama owe China some money. So we might have an issue, but this what happened. Big Bang P was looking at Ukraine and he like, I like that territory. It's like real close to Russia, and I feel like it belongs to us, so I'm finna come get it. So he didn't move his military close to the border, and he letting them know, like, I'm finna come get it. Like, just letting y'all know, right? And so Ukraine is like, we don't know what he's gonna do. So they got their military out there teaching their citizens how to do Taibo just in case they gotta defend themselves. But some of the citizens, they like, you know what? Big Bang P, he is kind of crazy, but he ain't gonna bust a grape. And if he do bust a grape, guess what? America gonna come over here and help us. But my whole thing is like, I don't know if y'all forgot what happened in Afghanistan, but we was over there for over 20 years and nobody understood the assignment. So personally, I just would not put all my eggs in the American basket. I done seen the type of people that are American military employed, and no disrespect, but y'all need to go to them continuation schools in the hood and go get you some real shooters. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, so Biden done hopped in, right? So Big Daddy Biden, he didn't hop into the mix, and he like, look, P, stop playing with me. I know you're trying to be funny because America over here arguing about abortion rights and affirmative action during Black History Month, but I ain't got time for this right now. So if you pull up over there, it's gonna be some smoke. And detentions. I'm sending you a whole receipt. Like, you're gonna have to pay this bill. And P is like, bruh, let me tell you something. By the look of the inflation in America and y'all homelessness problem y'all got over there, y'all need this money. So go ahead and send me the bill, bruh. I'll pay it in cash. And so at this point, it's out of our hands.
I love her. And I reached out to her. And we just got to get our times and think. So she's a law student and aspiring lawyer, very smart. Like I told her, brains, beauty, and all of that together. And I'm like, you know what, sis, I could try to explain it all I want, but I like your take. Okay. And so hopefully she'll be on pretty soon, but listen, there's nothing else I need to say after that. Okay. Leave a heart for her down below if she decides to watch tonight or she sees that. So make sure you guys leave a heart below for that. So that's on that. Like, there's nothing, literally, what else do I need to say after that? She broke it down for us. All we need to know is if Big P and what she call Biden, if Big P gonna come in and do something, or Ukraine, like, listen. And the dig on the military guys, she didn't have to do that. She didn't have to do that. That's so funny. Anyway, so that's on that. I wanted to share that with you guys and just see where you guys were at with the whole thing. Like, love. Y'all loved it. Yeah, I think she'll be a great addition. Even if she just comes on once a doggone month, I can't wait to continue to collab and work with her. Anyway, we'll see what comes of that. Anyway, the Super Bowl. I just wanted to get a quick, I just wanted to get a quick update from you guys. Was the halftime show, before we go on to this new breaking news about this new HIV cure. So please hang on. Was the Super Bowl everything that you wanted it to be? Leave a comment down below. For me, it was. First of all, talking about the game, I went in. I was the only person, me and my oldest son, we were the only two rooting for the Rams. Everyone else was for the Bengals. They're not our team. Neither one of us was like emotionally tied to it. But my husband was like, oh, and then when Odell Beckham it's over. And I was like, it's not over yet. Let me move, Miss. It's not over yet. Oh, Odell, he's out. I didn't care whether Odell was out. It was looking kind of shaky a little bit, but they pulled through. And I just felt like, it would have just been not bittersweet. It just would have been a sweet ending to such a Super Bowl weekend if, number one, LA having it in their hometown. Like, what was the chances of that happening? Dude, you can't lose when it's in your town. Like, that was my thinking. I'm like, no, they're going to work hard for this. And true enough, it was not an easy game, but ultimately the Rams triumphed. And I was really, I'm glad I should have bet. I should have bet one of them something, but I didn't. Then the halftime show. Well, let me tell you, the halftime show was everything that I needed it to be. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not huge. Dang, I haven't seen that either. I wasn't huge on rap, but I knew the songs. Don't get me wrong. And of course, 50 Cent. And y'all get off 50 Cent, okay? Yes, he gained, like somebody said, if that's fat to y'all, I don't even want to show y'all what fat really is, because people were like, oh my goodness, 50 Cent, he gained weight and all this other stuff. It looked good on him. Mary J, she did okay. The only thing that I would have wanted to see, like I wanted first of all, was that a long semi truck or was those houses that they were popping up out of? And was it, I would have liked a little bit more movement besides what it was, what was happening, way more movement. But and that's just maybe what we're used to. Dr. Dre did not disappoint. Eminem did not disappoint. I thought it was great. So let me know, especially you replay gang, let me know what you thought about the halftime show. Was it what you expected it to be? I know we talked about it on previous shows and we were like, oh, it's going to be great. And I thought that it did not disappoint. And then with 50 being the shoe-in, the surprise, and it was very interesting because it's almost like America, at least the people down my timeline, black, white, it didn't matter. We all were trying to, everybody was like, and before I posted it in my house, let me finish my thought. In my house, before I posted it, we were like, who's missing? So at first I said, man, at the end when they were all standing still, I was like, Beyonce should just pop up and just wind blowing and doing her thing. And then I was like, no, Missy Elliott should pop up doing her, just kill it. And then my son was like, you know what? But Cube would be good right there too. And I was like, yep, Cube would have been a good surprise. Because the thing is, because 50 Cent showed up, we were like, okay, who else is going to surprise us? But nobody else did. So that was a great letdown. But when I posted that thought on Facebook, I wasn't alone. I go down my timeline. Of course, everybody loved it. But then they were like, man, Cube should have been on there. Missy Elliott should have been on there. What's his name? Said it today that he should have been on there. And I was like, sir, no. I forgot his name. Anyway, but it wasn't, what's his name? It wasn't Kevin Gates. Jeez, who said that? It might have been him. Either way it goes, whoever it wasn't Cube. It wasn't Missy. Everybody was like, where is Missy? Everybody wanted Missy, but it didn't happen. Overall, it was a great halftime show as far as I'm concerned. So that's that. Well, you heard me kind of mention it really quickly. It is also breaking news today that the first woman and third person ever has reportedly been cured of HIV after receiving a breakthrough treatment involving a magical umbilical cord transplant. And so researchers at the New York Presbyterian Weill Cornell Medical Center in New York led the study and shared their findings during a conference on retroviruses and opportunistic infections in Denver on Tuesday. Their case study from New York bears significance for a number of reasons. So now, just 14 months after her transplant, her blood shows no trace of the virus. The successful therapy also led to remission from leukemia that she developed in March of 2017 due to the HIV infection. So she was HIV positive. They did the transplant, the transfusion, and she is not only no trace of HIV, but also no trace of leukemia. Scientists believe that the fact that the cord blood comes from newborns might suggest they're more adaptable than adult stem cells. And so this is all dealing with stem cell research, a newborn baby's cord blood. There's something magical about these cells, the article reads, and something magical perhaps about the cord blood in general that provides an extra benefit. And, when you think about childbirth, babies, and immune systems, I'm not surprised by that at all. However, I'm not a scientist. There's no way I would have thought, oh, let's get the blood from a newborn and do what they did. So it's being reported that she no trace of HIV as a result of having this medical procedure done. So kudos to that. That's good news for the community, those who suffer from this disease, infectious disease. It doesn't mention AIDS, and we know that there's a difference. So we'll see what will become of that. But definitely it's good news on the science mode. All right, on to the next section. Let's talk about Prince Andrew. So it's being also reported today that Prince Andrew has decided to settle. If you are following this whole Epstein case and who's connected and what they did while they were connected. The lady down the bottom is shown as a young girl with Prince Andrew, and she was suing. And he has now settled out of court. Now, here's my question. Outside of all of that, are you going to settle out of court if you know for sure you are innocent? If you know for sure all the facts that they think may come out, it won't be truthful. I find it very interesting, even when you think about Janet Jackson and how she commented, like, I wish my brother hadn't settled. It's the same thing with Prince Andrew. First of all, the first argument is people settle because they don't want to have to go through the lengthy court proceedings, nor because of financial reasons. Prince Andrew, okay, say less. I don't need to say anything more. So I don't know if this is a thing where, okay, if you settle out of court, it's just of popular opinion, public opinion, that when people settle out of court, it's like you admitting guilt, even if you say that you're not admitting guilt. So leave a comment down below. Let me know if you've been following this story and if you are surprised that he, among other people that was connected to this whole Epstein story and the rest of them, you know, if settling out of court is the way to go, if you claim that you are as innocent as you are. I don't know. But one thing I do know about is the fact that I really, really, really want you guys to hit the like button. If you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. So if you're tuning in and out, you've been coming week after week after week, and you're like, oh my gosh, I know I forgot to hit the like button. Go ahead and do it right now. The like button just lets me know that me and YouTube know that, hey, you like what you see on this channel, point blank, period. And if you have not subscribed yet, what the heck are you waiting on? What you waiting on? What are you waiting on? I'll wait. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you will be among the first to know when I go live with breaking news, trending topics, hot topics, all this other stuff. You got to hit the like button. You got to hit the notification bell. Anyway, I haven't been following, but nothing surprised me with these folks. Exactly. Hey, blind guy, good to see you. Another great content creator. Let me see. So we did that Nick story already, so I'm not going to. Y'all, so this next story is a cute story before we get into a lot of the debates and funny stuff. Anyway, Simone Biles, I picked that picture. Listen, it's being reported that she is engaged. And all I could do when I was scrolling through, what caught my attention was not the ring, was her little legs. I said, come on, legs. I mean, her little short self in those heels. She is, let me X out of that. She is engaged. She woke up, she said, I woke up to be a fiance. And so she's just posting on Instagram. She's 24. Her fiance is 26. He is Houston Titans. The Texas Titans, I think he plays for. And he towers over her. It's so funny. Anyway, she's the GOAT. In the post on social media, it was so funny because on Super Bowl day, when that GOAT commercial with all the greats and bowling and everything, my husband said the only person that's missing is Simone. And I was like, listen, before she announced she was engaged, but I was just judging by her previous post. I was like, Simone is out here living her best life with her boyfriend. I don't even think she's studying y'all, calling her to GOAT, gymnastics, or anything else. And I said, she just looks like she's enjoying life. Wake up the next day, and here it is. It's being announced that she is engaged. And what's his name? Jonathan Owens. He proposed to her on Monday, which also was Valentine's Day. So she had a great Valentine's Day. Congratulations to them. They look so cute together. But listen, it was the legs for me. Lord, these kids growing up, wish I still had them legs. Listen, I was like, the ring is cute. Don't get me wrong. If you go look, the ring is doing what he sent it to do. But I was looking at her legs. I was like, listen, little girl. Okay, sis. So let's get on this. Let's get on this foolishness. Change the tune a little bit. I got some Big Brother Lamar. We talked about little Miss Wendy a little bit. And then we'll end with Kanye, if you guys can hold on for that long. But, This is Sha'Carri Richardson on my left, or the left side of the photo. Anyway, she's calling out the Olympic Committee for what she sees as a double standard in allowing Camila Vaieva to compete. Now, that's the little girl to the left. She is a USA sprinter. Unless you've been living on the rock, you don't know this, so I'll just rehash it. But anyway, she tested positive during a time where she would have been the Olympic trials. Okay. The U.S. sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson is calling out the Olympic and anti-doping officials after Russian skater Camila was allowed to compete despite testing positive for the banned drug. Now, the hypocrisy is, as we know, Richardson tested positive for marijuana, and then they sat her down. She said, "Can we get a solid answer on the difference between the situations?" She said on Twitter. After mediators ruled, because she tested positive, and then they were like, okay, let's just wait and hold out. Then I heard news that they were like, okay, we'll let her skate, but then we will hold off on the ceremony. Well, now she's not only allowed to skate, she is allowed to compete in Beijing. The only difference is, Richardson, quote, said, is I'm a Black young lady and she's not. It's all about the skin. And so they made a final decision to allow her to skate. And as let's see, people are saying it's just a slap in the face to all of the athletes doing the right thing. So Richardson won the 100-meter race in the U.S. Olympic trials last summer, but after it was revealed that she had tested positive for THC, that's when she was out. So let me read this part. THC is on the world. That was my next question or next statement. So again, someone may argue, well, you know what? That was Beijing. That's the Olympics. That's their standard. That's independent, because I'll let you know how the Biden administration responded. But anyway, she says THC is on the World Anti-Doping Agency list of prohibited substances, but also is trimethazidine, the drug that was found in Valea's test sample. The heart drug is believed to be able to boost athletes' endurance and blood efficacy. In other words, it boosts athletic performance, while THC does not. Okay, that was also an argument that was made for Richardson during that time, when people were like, let her go, whatever. You know, weed has never pumped somebody up to win a race. That's true. And so, on the other hand, in this skater's position, that drug has been found and known to help them athletically. Well, her what's the word? Alibi, for like her excuse, her reasoning for having this in her system is that she shared coffee with her grandpa, who is taking this stuff. I can't. News of the positive test only began to trickle out after Valera helped her team win a gold medal in Beijing. In contrast to Richardson, her drug test quickly became public, and, you know, she became a public spectacle. So they kept it on the down low until they won. So she was allowed to compete in Beijing under a cloud of suspicion. And in an extraordinary move, the committee said that this is what got me. If the Russian star wins, a medal ceremony won't take place until a doping investigation is completed. So they're going through all these measures to make sure that she's protected and she's still allowed to skate. And again, Richardson has a good point at this point. Now, y'all know, caveat, I have gave Richardson a very hard time during this time, because I felt like, you know what you need to do. But when you put them both together, rules are rules, and why one for the other? Well, today, the Biden administration had a press conference, and, you know, people are not going to let none of that go. And a reporter asked the press secretary, like, hey, what is the Biden administration's response to all of this? It's not fair. And they just brushed it off, point blank, period. She gave an answer, but it was a brush off. And what she said was, well, basically, the committee is an independent organization. We have no say in how they rule, and we are going to let the committee do their job. That's pretty much what she said. That's paraphrasing. So, let's see. Okay, but why are they using that picture of her though? Yeah. And who blames the grandparents? The snitch needs to insert the. She blamed granddad with the quickness. And so people are like, okay, you guys got to give us an answer. What is the difference between this other than skin? What sparked my interest in this, among other things, was what the Olympic Committee said. And let me see if I can find if they said it. But basically, I don't have the quote. But basically what they said was, we're going to allow her to compete and we're going to allow her to have the ceremony, because if we don't, it will be detrimental to her. I was like, okay, so it would have been detrimental to her. So leave a comment down below. Do you think that this is something where the United States is just kind of like, you're on your own, sis? It feels like it to me. It doesn't feel like anybody's going to go after anybody's committee. It sounds like Carri is sort of screaming out in the wind, like, hey, what about me? Y'all remember y'all did this to me type deal. And so hopefully she'll get some legal answer as to why one rule was applied to her swiftly and immediately, and not so in the case of this skater. Because poor little skater is going to have a hard time if she's not allowed to skate. That's pretty much what the Olympic guy said. Anyway, so that's that on Miss Carri. I hope she fights this fight. I hope that she doesn't give up, and because I think regardless of how you feel about what she did, how she did, when there's a difference in ruling, the American people are going to get behind you. I'm behind her. So fight. And yes, Quita, that is the picture that they chose to use from a girl. Couldn't find a different one. Anyway, y'all see it. Miss Wendy Williams resurfaced over the weekend. She said, listen, put some respect on my name, put some respect on my show. And as an update, we hadn't seen Wendy in a couple of weeks, at least a month. And so it's being reported that she has a decline in health, a decline in cognitive function. And so as a result, she her money is on hold. And it's like, hey, Wells Fargo said, listen, you need to appoint a conservatorship over her because we're not going to give her access to her money. And so in a big move over the weekend, Wendy surfaced. She looks fine. I don't know how old these pictures are. Shout out to the Shade Room because they are the ones who received the pictures. Let me see if let's share them. Wendy can be seen with her fishnet stockings, full of cheer. Looks like she's sitting back. She got her Daisy Dukes on. She's smiling. And here she is on the couch. I guess that's her little playpen for the dog. I don't know, because we know she don't have no children. But anyway, so in this move with the Wells Fargo, she's having a hard time accessing her money. And again, as I said in previous shows, y'all know Wendy is not sloppy about her money. I've never heard of someone saying, hey, Wendy needs to pay up, or Wendy, whatever. So it's being reported that her rent's behind. And then in a twist, I learned today that her husband is the person that's going to be representing her in court to try to be the conservatorship. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. And as I stated before, I'll say it again. If this is something that people are trying to leech off Wendy, it's wrong. You're wrong. And I wish Wendy's camp will come out and because, okay, the statement that they gave today was like they were speaking in a third person for Wendy. Wendy would like you to know, blah, 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 blah. Wendy, and so why can't Wendy speak out for herself? That's what her fans want to know. That's what we want to know. Why can't Wendy reach out for herself, have a statement, not just these pictures? If Wendy's okay, a la Britney Spears, then you guys need to show us or show the people that are trying to take over her money. You don't have to show me anything. It'll just be great content for me. But at the end of the day, I do think that you owe it to the banks and everybody else, because if the bank is like, listen, I didn't even know the bank could. How the bank is going to tell me I need to get a conservatorship over my money? Really, bank? Really? Hey, Yella, can we assume she's healthy? because she's can we just assume she's healthy because showing pictures of her don't help her case? No, I'm not assuming she's healthy. That's what I'm saying. Like there needs to be something live. Like there needs to be, first of all, it's significant. Like there's so many things in play. You got the ex-husband who alleged was a bitter divorce and everything, but he's still fighting to become a conservatorship allegedly over her money. Then you have Wendy herself, the person. I forgot. I think her real name is Wendy. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, then you have Wendy. Then you have Wendy Williams, the star. Then you have her show. Like there's so many things that people are trying to juggle and keep together. And the truth of the matter is, no, I don't need to know per se whether Wendy's okay, but this is just becoming a little bit weird. And again, the Shade Room received those pictures, and really, Wendy gave those to her. And so, no, we cannot assume just because we get pictures that she's healthy. You're absolutely right. Wendy's still there, but wait, why can't she get her money? She can't get her money because when she went to go access it, allegedly, Wells Fargo had already froze it. And then probably, if I dare to guess, Wendy's funds is probably frozen because her and Kelvin is probably still on the account. He froze it or sought to have it frozen. Again, this is just me. Let me scroll Miss Allegedly, because I'm not saying this is nothing other than my thought and my imagination. And so as a result, the bank is like, I don't know who to believe. We don't know who to believe. So we need a conservatorship. We need someone, whether it's Wendy herself or Kelvin or whoever. That's what I think is going on with her money. She Stole My Thunder sends a shout out. Hey girl, hey. I don't like old girl, her arrogance, but I understand why she's asking. Yes, absolutely, Kombucha. Same. Like I said, I gave her the utmost hard time during this time when she was going through her situation. But it does beg the question, like, okay, why was she able to? And then why was she protected in the process of them finding out whether she was doping or not? Oh, absolutely. I get it, Yella said, but Sha'Carri didn't make any allies. Plus, her coming in last really makes her not worth supporting anymore. Listen, dead last. All that. I might be bogus for this, but I don't feel bad for Wendy. She made all that money she can't access off others' people pain, like that is she did to Method Man and his wife. Karma is real. I do believe in that, and that's why I make sure. Listen, I'm not. If y'all coming for smutty gossip, I ain't over here for that. I can't help you with that. That's not who I'm gonna be. But I see what you're saying. And I don't know if I feel sorry for her. I don't necessarily feel sorry for her, but I do think that regardless of whether we like her work or the caliber of her work, she did do the work. And so if she is okay, then she needs to get her butt on the screen. I don't care. Like I've seen, I don't know, especially in the times of COVID, those folks were behind in their bedrooms in the dark. Wendy needs to figure it out. If she's truly okay, she needs to get her butt on stage. And we feel it, do all that. Because everything is going to be taken from her. That's just what I believe. Her hard work, I can't take that from her, whether I like it or not. It's her work. So, yeah. That's what I believe. I believe that regardless of all of that, it's her work, her show. And if she's truly okay, then let her be okay. And you know what? We don't know what's going on, do we? Do we really know? No. We really don't know what the end result is going to be to this. And you're not bogus, Yella. Yella. You're not bogus. Y'all. So that's Wendy Williams. Do I want to talk about Lamar? I think I'm going to talk about Lamar, and then I'm going to save Kim and Kanye for Thursday. So you guys make sure you come back on Thursday, because I really want to have this conversation, and I might even come back tomorrow to have a separate live just to talk about Kim and Kanye, because I really want to know who's in support of this foolishness and mayhem of this public display that he's doing. Some people are a team, and this is what we want to discuss. I want to hear from you guys. Some people are team, oh, that's love. Some people are, Kanye need a black woman. It'll solve all of that. Some people are, hell nah, I ain't a savior. He crazy. Some people are, he is a master gaslighter and Kim needs to run. Some people are, Kim is a saint. I want to talk about all the things. So I might come back tomorrow. If not, we'll definitely talk about it on Thursday. But I wanted to end on a lighter note. So y'all tune in. If you want to talk about Kanye and not necessarily Kanye, but what this looks like in a relationship. A lot of women are triggered because there's one thing that's very scary, very annoying, and all the other adjectives that you can think that are anti. There's nothing more annoying and scary, gaslighting and all of that, is to break up with somebody and then they don't leave you alone and they near about sock you. It's to the point where someone made a meme today, tweeted it out, and I couldn't even tell if it was true or not. And what it was like Kanye was in cognito as a bush in front of Kim's yard. And I was like, damn, is this real? Let me this, because he's that off the trains. But I read a commenter today said like he's trolling. That's not that, bruh. If that's trolling, no. So anyway, we're gonna talk about that. But I'm gonna talk about, because tonight is Big Brother night, and poor Wendy, it's the loony bin for her. Some people do think that. I don't know what it takes in the US to have someone under conservatorship, but here you need to have a doctor. Oh yeah, same thing. Same thing. It can't be just like, oh, I just feel like Wendy should be having. No, there definitely has to be episodes. There definitely has to be a paper trail and not just one. I challenge you to wear some reading glasses. Okay, Fuel, for as a donation. Can be mom's, dad's, anyone's. It's a challenge, but it has to be reading glasses. Well, Fuel caution. Here's the thing. Welcome. I'm not wearing my reading glasses. So you're going to have to donate to the channel because that's what you want to do. Anyway, y'all, if I don't know, I'm probably the only one on the channel, so I'm just going to talk about it and y'all just be like, what? So Lamar Odom, I don't know. I didn't have like a huge basis of Lamar prior to him joining the Big Brother cast. So Lamar's on Celebrity Big Brother. Up until this point, the only thing I knew about Lamar was him on the court, him with Courtney, but not him. Like, I don't even think I ever heard him talk, really. And so he's on Big Brother. He does not know how to play the game, and that part just cracks me up. Lamar has had some really weird moments on the show, and I think he's coming off as the player that everyone will never vote off. He's probably going to win this season because he's skirting through and he's getting like sympathy the more he talks about Chloe. So let me rewind. Melissa, what the heck he do? The first thing that's funny is Lamar's on this show, Big Brother, and he don't know how to play the game. So me, I am a Big Brother connoisseur. I will probably play the part that he's playing, but even though I don't have a sympathy story, but I'm a cook and clean and everything. And before y'all know it, y'all be like, oh, we can't get rid of mama. Nope, you sure can't. Anyway, the first thing he did the first couple of nights he pooped his pants, y'all. So again, everybody had a little poopy situation. So I'm not even going to pick on him on that. But, you know, it was being, and so let me rewind. If you don't watch Big Brother, they get celebrities or regular people, but this happens to be a celebrity season, and they all have to live in a house together, and they all live in one room, and they have all these competitions. Put somebody on the block, you got to vote them out, and they leave. Boom. So they also have the regular shows, but then they also have 24-hour live streams that you can pay for and watch, and you can watch what's happening in the house throughout the week, and you can pretty much get all the spoilers. So Lamar, he had cheese or something like that. He thought it was a fart, and Lord messed up his pants. So that was the first thing he did. Well, last night, let me find it. Lamar, so when it's time to vote, right? when it's time to vote, the voting process usually is very quick. Julie calls you in like this room, it's green room type thing. Lamar, what's your vote? Who you want to vote? Lamar, there was so much pressure on brother last night to vote who he wanted to vote, but it was the strangest moment. Let me show y'all what he did. Let me show you. Oh my gosh, this was so funny. Like, everybody's been clowning Lamar ever since. All right, let's see. Come on, ad. Because y'all know Miss Thing gonna get her ad. Let's see. All right.
When I married Chloe, there's just so many things that I did wrong when it came to that relationship that.
So he's talking about Chloe.
If I could take back, of course, I would take him back.
On Celebrity Big Brother Monday nights, former NBA player Lamar Odom continued to talk about his ex-wife Khloe Kardashian and how he would do anything to get her back. But it was actually the weird and sort of disgusting thing that he did while on live television that had viewers talking.
Hi, Lamar.
Hello.
Please cast your vote to evict.
It's hard.
As host Julie Chen Moonves waited for Lamar to cast his vote for eviction, Lamar proceeded to chew on his nails and place them on the couch. At one point, he even threw them.
I need you to vote to evict. One or the other. Can you hear me, Lamar?
Yeah, I do.
All right. You know we're on live TV, right?
Yeah.
The whole thing had viewers at home in disbelief, but surprisingly, they actually found it totally amusing.
No, it was
One
hilarious.
person tweeted, "Did Lamar just chew his nail for 12 seconds on live TV and lay it on the diary chair? Give this man his Emmy now." While another person shared, "Listen, Lamar has been through it in life. If he needs to bite his nails, bite them nails, Lammy." And others called for production to send him some nail clippers. Hopefully,
that was last night. And, you know, for me, I looked at it both ways. It was very humorous for me, but I also think about as that one person that tweeted, like, he's been through it all. And I really think he was nervous. I really think he didn't want to vote anybody out. I really think that this game is messing with his head in a lot of ways. All throughout last night and previous nights, all he can ever talk about is Chloe. So it's almost like the Big Brother house is almost like solitary confinement for him. And so he's in his thoughts and he's like, man, I fumbled the bag and I shouldn't have. Like, I messed up big time. So I think the biting of the nails, as funny as it is, I also think it's a reflection of what the conflict that he has going on. I actually think that he was thinking about leaving. That's what I think he was doing, because at one point he walked towards the door, then he walked away. And so people can quit, like they can leave early. And he just said, he kept saying, man, this is hard. This is hard. And if you know anything about addicts, and he's a recovering addict, situations like that can be very triggering. And I know that nerves, and again, allegedly is scrolling across the screen. This is just my assessment. Lamar could come out and say that was my game and I'm playing it and that's how I'm going to play it. I'm going to get the sympathy. But that was the weirdest thing that I've ever seen happen during a vote. And that was the longest vote, because normally they're in and out. Julie, I vote to evict, blah, blah, blah. And then they rush out. So I don't know. Like, I'm becoming like a Lamar Odom fan just because of how he's playing this game, but also just hearing the human side of him. And because, you know, a lot of times when you just hear the headlines, oh, he this and this happened, that happened, and he's kind of saying for himself what's happening. So Velma says it was funny. Velma, I was cracking up. I said, but you know, Velma, thank you. I needed somebody to be in this darn chat that watches Big Brother. The thing about it is, Velma, he doesn't know this game. So y'all, there's a lot of ins and outs to this game. And if you're not a fan or haven't watched the show, it can be kind of confusing. And we're going to talk about that in a few seconds, because Cynthia Bailey is not playing the game very wisely, as far as I'm concerned. So Velma, I agree. And I just think bruh is just stressed out. He trying to keep up with who, VO, Power, like he trying to keep it up. He has what Wendy has, just loony. You think so? What was that? A bad habit? I think so. He was just biting his nails like crazy. I don't even know. Okay, we saw that. All right, so y'all were talking to me. Okay. Exactly, right? He doesn't know. I don't even think Cynthia knows either. No. And speaking of Cynthia, and since we're here, let's round out the hour and the show talking about Miss Cynthia and this power play that she missed yesterday. Her and Carson. Okay. If you don't watch Big Brother, listen, catch me on Thursday. That's the end of the show, but this is where I'm going to end, and then I'll talk about a few other things. So anyway, we're going to talk Big Brother tonight because the show comes on in about an hour. So anyway, y'all. Oh, dang. I used to like Big Brother. I haven't seen it in forever. Listen, it's so good this season, Black's Tropical. It is so good because you have a bunch of people that don't know how to play. And so there's a certain rawness to it because they just winging it. They getting tricked because y'all see old boy right there in the pink. Where he at? Right there. Todrick he knows the game. And so what happened, Cynthia and Carson right here, these two right here, were convinced to take out her. Oh, where's she at? The last one on the end right there. I'll just do that. Her on the end. Where's my teacher pointing stick? Her on the end. She was an ally. She could have been on their side. But old Todrick over here, where is he? Nope, wrong way. There we go. Todrick over here convinced them in their head. It was masterful. And Twitter is going crazy because they're like, whoa, Todrick is as toxic as we thought he was. Because basically, in essence, y'all, what it was, he convinced two people. He played he said, she said. He used a little bit of the truth and exaggerated it and made these people think that that girl was their enemy when she said she wouldn't have never voted against them. And the vote that they did benefits those two and not Cynthia and Carson. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because here you have Cynthia and Carson. They do not know the game at all. That's those two right there. The first two. They don't know the game at all. And one of the things that they said as they were mulling over what Todrick was saying, he said, she say, Cynthia was like, there's no way he could just make this up just to win. And everybody in America is like, yes, that's what they do. Don't believe him. These two have formed an alliance, which is fine. But you got to understand the game. These people will say and do anything to get themselves off the block to not be eliminated. So I cannot wait for tonight. It's going to be super, super exciting. Yes, Shayna, yes. Wow, yes, Todrick played them both and they fell for it. Exactly, Velma. They fell for it. And I like the fact, it's a bit annoying, don't get me wrong, because you have Cynthia, Todd Bridges. How about that moment when Todd Bridges, what you talking about, Willis? The most innocent person in Hollywood. Todd made Cynthia cry. Todd was bad about it, wasn't he, with Velma? He was like, listen, I don't know what your problem is with me. He was like, where I come from, don't play with me. Todd was about it. And so I predict that, first of all, Velma, I can't believe, and those of you that are watching, I can't believe that they did not use that opportunity to get out Misha. Why on earth would you not get out the play? She's going to end up winning, as the strongest one always does, because they missed their opportunity yesterday. Now, what I don't understand is why Misha didn't have a little attitude with Todrick for putting her up there. But hey, stranger things have happened. Sometimes they talk about things and then they're like, okay, that's the thing. So Black's Tropical, those of you that are not watching Big Brother, sorry, but I'm going to keep y'all up to date on this for real, because this is my show. Big Brother, Amazing Race, and Survivor for sure. So, yeah, so Shanna's off the show. Lil NSYNC is off the show. And now we have to see who's going to win all that. These weeks are moving by fast. So Black Tropical, make sure you join in, and that way you'll know who the heck we're talking about. Because I'm telling you right now, I got these two isolated. They should have plucked them off one by one. They definitely should have got rid of Misha, because she is a fierce competitor. But it goes right up there. It's right up there for me when you have like women, when the women don't stick together, or when the old people don't stick together. It's so weird to me. But anyway, I guess it all depends on who one feels this competition against them or not. And so me, that's not my game. I'd be like, y'all, listen, we better stick together. They should have got rid of Misha when they had a chance. So anyway, my friends, that's today's show. Make sure you join me on Thursday, because I really, this is bothering me. This is really bothering me, this Kim Kanye thing. Some people find it funny. It's not funny. Even if he's trolling, it's not funny. And to the point where Kim had to call him down and be like, yo, like, you need to stop saying this stuff online, because somebody really could be trying to hurt Pete. And like I said a couple of shows ago, anybody that texts Kanye is crazy. Ain't no way I would text Kanye, because he is going to expose you and your text messages. So unless I come back tomorrow, which is being rumored, probably not going to be so. It's being rumored that this little invasion thing might happen tomorrow. So we'll see. If it does, I'll be back. If not, I'll see you guys on Thursday. Again, as I always say, unless something jumps off. Don't forget, those of you guys that are watching the replay, those of you that are watching the little snippets, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys for sure. If not, I'll see you guys on Friday on Thursday for sure. And as I always say, make sure you be kind to people, because you just never know what they're going through. And if there's someone that you just really want to give double fingers to, give it and just go on about your business. But getting into conflict and getting into the ugly space and place and all that, child, it is not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it. My peace is not worth it. Nope, I'm not doing this. So anyway, I'll see you guys on Thursday, because we know something's about to come down. Peace.